Let's go ahead and bring in the president and CEO of the Jewish Institute for National Security of America, Mike Makovsky. We've also got former special envoy for President Trump, Eli Kohanim, who came to the United States as an Iranian refugee. Thanks to both of you for being here. It's great to have us. Mike, let's start where Ashley left off in his reporting. The deal, well, the negotiations that have stalled out, the administration today insists are moving somewhere on two tracks. They've been talking about Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium on the one hand, and then they've been talking about whatever is left of the sort of infrastructure of the facilities on the ground. Do you see a way for those things to get hashed out in negotiations?
First of all, it's nice to see you, Jillian.
It's good to see you.
Kami is very skeptical on that. I think the president will only accept a good deal, so I trust that.
Okay.
My concern is that we've kind of got a little derailed and we've kind of undermined our leverage. I think he was doing a tremendous job with the war, but once we stopped our military operations, accepted a ceasefire, and then I think kind of believed that a blockade-only approach would really pressure the Iranians to capitulate, I think we've kind of undermined our leverage. I don't think this regime is going to make big concessions unless they think the regime itself is endangered, and I don't think they feel that way right now.
Ellie, the leverage, if they have any, that Iran's regime seems to have right now is this chokehold on the strait, that is evidenced by the fact that only 2 ships got through over the last 24 hours. That is leverage they didn't really have 2 months ago before this started.
Yeah, Jillian, it's good to be with you. And I would say that the president has the Islamic Republic regime exactly where he wants them. He's got them cornered. And that's because we went from the successful Operation Epic Fury to economic fury. Let's remember that the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, the blockade against Iranian oil sales, is continuing. It's ongoing. There's no pause in that. And the regime is really on the verge of economic collapse. Every day their currency is worth less and less. It's become like monopoly money. They're running out of foreign currency reserves. That means they're running out of ways to pay their enforcers, the Basij militia, the IRGC, that have been run on the banks inside Iran. So, and Jillian, the internet is still shut down in Iran. It's a country that's not effectively functioning right now. So within the fog of war, I think it's sometimes easy to forget that we do have this leverage. We have the Iranian economy in a chokehold right now, thanks to President Trump's effective policies. And so it's really up to the president to decide when he wants to release pressure and give a chance to negotiations, which is the breaking news tonight. But the president has shown us over and over again that he uses his leverage as he wishes, and he's really in command and control of the pace of events and with the Islamic Republic.
Mike, here's a great soundbite from General Jack Keane earlier today on the channel. Take a listen. I want to get your reaction.
18 months they drag this thing out. They're really good at this. They lie to our faces about what they're willing to make concessions of, and then all of a sudden we're sitting down. We fly all the way out there, 18 hours, we're sitting across from the guy. Okay, we want to hear the consent. Oh, no, we have to check with somebody else, and somebody else says no deal. So the president is on to this, and he knows full well.
So hence why I asked Tommy Pigott, the State Department spokesman, a moment ago, why they have any hope that the Iranians are going to agree to anything and then abide by anything to begin with.
Yeah, first of all, I completely agree with General Keane. I think he's the best analyst there is on this issue. But I don't think any agreement with the Iranians is worth the paper it's written on. And I also think it demoralizes the Iranian people. And I think our greatest leverage and to achieve what the president correctly wants to achieve in Iran, such as dealing with the nuclear program in the Strait of Hormuz and so on, is really to empower the Iranian people and really to create the conditions for the Iranian people to bring this regime down. And I think we're heading that way, and I hope we'll resume military operations, I think, to help finish creating those conditions and then turn it over to the Iranian people to do the job.
So to Mike's point, Ellie, Senator Lindsey Graham yesterday or the day before said that essentially this is a huge opportunity, and he thinks the Trump administration should directly arm the Iranian people so that they are able to carry out political change, regime change, oust the regime, all of those things. What do you make of that idea?
Well, Jillian, I'm going to go back to the economic picture, because what President Trump has done is create the conditions for the Iranian people to take back their country, really, again, by first the success of epic fury and then economic fury. By strangling the economy, what the president has done is create a situation where when that internet gets turned back on and when the country kind of opens up to function again, Iranians are going to find themselves in an essentially bankrupt economy where they cannot pay for basic goods like food on the table and even gasoline in a country that's an oil exporting country. So in those kinds of conditions, I think it's certainly ripe that the Iranian people will take back to the streets. You will see protests against the government as soon as that fog of war clears up. So, Jillian, I'm optimistic about the long-term prospects, and I would say that again, the president is controlling the pace of events. Time is on the American side. We should never forget that. Every day that goes by, that regime gets closer to collapse.
All right. Well, Ellie, Mike, great to talk to both of you. Thanks for being here.
Great to see you. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank you.